Hi everybody, Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer, coming in to do the channel messages for the month of December. This one is for Capricorn. Working my way through, forgot to check off my Virgo. So Capricorn, this one is, I'm just going to change out a little bit here. Working on my own cards here. So I was right in the middle of going to use another deck, and I just heard go to the Enchanted Map. Oh, Capricorn, there's some huge energy around you today. I feel like you're I feel like you're trying to do the best things, the right things for the right reason. And for some reason I'm just like, it's like sometimes it's like um your stronghold and your strong-willed is holding you to um doing everything for somebody else and doing everything like almost like we're running around circles here. It's like you got some serious frustration energy happening around you, and you also have some self-deception. Like sometimes we deceive ourselves. So it's like you have these self-prophecy stories that everybody's going to treat you this way, everybody's like, but you've also along the way might have created some enemies from unintentional stories in your head and stories that you've created. And I feel like that's also an issue. So we have a few stories running here. And I feel like in those few stories, it's like we need to get you back on track, bring you back into focus, and to just start healing the real ouch, the real problem. Where is the real? Let's go back to the original source, because there is no way in hell that everybody that you have met in life has been the source and the cause of your issues. No way. It's like you have made people, when people kind of see your vulnerability, or when people get to know a lot about your life, you have such a fear of somebody might spill the beans or someone might talk, that you just kind of keep, then you turn it's like you turn the energy. So it's like you deceive yourself that they are actually going to turn against you. So you turn against them first by banishing them, by removing them, that kind of energy. It's like, I feel like it's like a halt. Not all of you. Please remember, this is not a personal reading. This is those one under sign. And it's a fear-based story based on an old wound, an abandonment, or not getting this care you needed as a child. It's like there's a lot of lack of, like, I'm picking up some substance around childhood energy, her childhood hurt, and this healing the ouch is coming up. Tell me that December, before we go into another new season, before we go into another new year, it's time to put some serious thought into that. Put some serious thought into your own role that you play, and that it could not possibly have been all the world's fault or all the other people's fault. Sometimes we don't even know what we're doing. Sometimes we're unaware of our own behavior. But in the meantime, what you do is that you give your all to people who kind of don't really always have your best interests, or they're not really a true part of you. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's like false people, like a sense of people that may be able to serve a need temporarily, but not people that can serve a long-term need. So it's like there's some healing here. And so you got some loving encouragement. I feel like I have a strong presence of a grandmother energy coming in that tells me that this is like a healing that goes back into your childhood. I feel like there's like an encouragement, but I feel like you're being encouraged by your guides, by your divine angels, to say, you know what, stop, sit your ass down, plank yourself down, look at your life, look at where you've been, look at what really was going on, look at the era, the time, look at the struggles, look at everything else, look at everything, including the fact that some of those people that you have disassociated from, that you have disconnected from, are actually, you can still see them presently being good people and doing good things. So it's like, what was really happening within you? What was your hurt around it? And what was not communicated properly? Maybe we can do some patch up. Maybe there's some forgiveness, but also there is a sense of like, you're trying to fulfill what needs to be repaired from the material world. And it's like the material world is not going to fix what needs to be fixed. Here's our sad embrace. And I'm like, this sad embrace is going to follow you all the way into 2021 if we don't deal with this now. You're getting a bit of grandma energy. I'm like, this is like stern kind of energy. And I feel like this is a grandma. And she's being very stern with you about this. She's like, come on, like, get over yourself type of thing. Get out of this energy. Get out of this. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop blaming the world. This goes back, and it's like that little child is not present no more. That little child is now gone. That little child, that story, that time, and the energy is real. Yes, of course it is. But there's a real sad embrace. Like, you've been sitting in this sadness long enough. And it's like you got the same sad look in your eyes as you had at 5, at 6, at 7. And it's like, and you were neglected in childhood. There is some like sort of like, either not, you may not have been neglected in your home, in your house, but like just being neglected emotionally or something. Always, it's like, but or the fact that you were totally neglected, I don't know, abandoned. But that sense, that feeling, it could be another life, a past life, and it could be in this life that was happening. But that's playing over for some of my Capricorn, and you're being encouraged to like stretch yourself out and allow yourself to see with a new perspective. And so it's like this whole sense of that you've been protecting. What have you actually been protecting? You have not been protecting yourself because you've been removing yourself altogether. So it's like the things that should fill our lives, the things that should bring us happiness, is not really always happening for you of because of this. And so what we're being told is that there's a shift, a break, there's a break in the energy happening that kind of gives you like a little bit of a wake up call, a little bit of a shake. It's like, holy shit, this has been happening. I am the one. It's like, you can't, it's like, don't lay your sad story over onto everybody else. You've been running around justifying your own bad behavior, bad and long enough. We all do it. Don't feel good. Like, we all do it at one point in our lives. We all have these moments, but this is the break point. This is the moment that you kind of get either trapped or caught in the middle of a self-deception, a realizing that you've been lying to yourself, or realizing that you've been kind of justifying and spreading this kind of energy, but it has not been a truth. But you're also still running. Like, what are you running from? You're trying to make yourself comfortable around you in your material world. And it's still this sense of, here, you need to get into here. And so riding the wave, riding the new wave, riding the wave that's going to come after the break, it means that there's going to be some emotional ups and downs, some emotional roller coasters. It's going to ride you into 2021, and you're going to have to ride that energy out. And it's like, just ride it, because what's on the other side of it is more peaceful, is more calm. But it's like, we need to do this healing so that we can move past our monsters under the bed, our monsters in the closet, our monster self, our shadow self, the kind of darker demonies that we have within ourselves in those stories, and to move beyond our goblins, that goblin-y energy, that self destruction, self prophecy that we have, the things that take us back to our isms, our comforts, our distractions, our avoidance, things that take us into that energy that leave us kind of trying to place ourselves up on pedestals and saying that, everybody did this to me, and everybody hurt me, and everybody. And it's like, no, it's not everybody. Sorry. And it's like, there's something that we're doing to ourselves by having our hearts closed off, by having yourself closed. And it's like wide open spaces. I feel like opening your heart is coming in January, allowing your heart to open through all the hardships. I feel like you're going to have to reach out to somebody along the way that you haven't reached out in a long time. You're going to need to kind of eat crow, spit out the crow feathers, whatever it may be, but you're going to have to suck it up, put your big girl, your big boy panties on. You're going to have to say, you know what? I now need your help. I need your assistance. And it's like, I'm ready to now accept honest, true friendship. I'm ready to accept love. I'm ready to accept that I can have a relationship. I'm ready to accept that I'm ready for this. There might even be some marriage, some engagement, some like that kind of thing coming in, but it's like a commitment. Once you commit to you, everything else in your life starts to align to commitment, and you start to commit to being honest. You start to commit to being true. You start to commit to making changes. And I feel like don't make the New Year's resolutions. This is not about making a resolution that's going to be too high that you can't keep. It's about starting earlier in December to start making a commitment to self that you're going to start to rediscover, re-explore, and get to the truth of why you've been so overprotective, why you've closed your heart off, why you build the illusion of mask and lives, and why we have not moved forward. And so this is us being able to thrive and push and just you've moved forward in the material world. You haven't moved forward in here. And so why we have been able to succeed out there, but we are still not succeeding here. We're convincing ourselves we have, but we haven't. And now you are. It's like January, February. It's like now you're ready to do this and ready to break this open, but it's going to take some having to come back around. So it's some full circle moments, ride out the wave of December to get to this. And just know with that, it's like some beautiful shifts, some beautiful changes, and coming into some, like it's like you're like you're finally like getting that groove back, getting back into your groove, getting back into your energy, getting back into being able to feel again, feel alive, feeling like it's like, it's like you're not waiting for that. You're not waiting for that big storm to hit. You're not waiting for that doomsday. You're not waiting for that next hurt. It's like, and so this is the mountain card. And I feel like it's like you've been kind of your own worst enemy sometimes. It's like now it's time to stop being like your own worst enemy. It's time to start moving in the direction of how do we get over a mountain? How do we get through the obstacles? If we keep trying to climb straight up, you're going to keep falling. There's a way around. What about if you just take a walk around? It's like there's always there's always a light shining upon the path that we should be taking. And you may have like got taken this path and that, but I feel like there is a beautiful angelic light lighting up the way, lighting up the direction, saying, you know what, just follow me. It may take you a little bit longer. You may have to go back on something. You may have to go back and say I was wrong. You may have to, you're going to have to take the long road so that you can do some self-reflection, some contemplation to get to what it is that really truly was the original source, the original problem, so that now you can acknowledge it. Now you can say, I forgive you for ever thinking you were that responsible. I forgive somebody else. It's like there's a deep-seated forgiveness that come in here. And I feel like most of it is directed back at you for holding on to this for so long and allowing it to affect a lot of relationships in your life. And so as you're moving forward, just know that wherever this plays out in our lives, wherever this goes, is that this is changing the projection of your life. This brings you back into alignment, into your truth, into who you're supposed to really be. And I feel like it just like there is a return, and this beautiful grandma energy that's walking with you is kind of that guide that just is a little stricter on us, a little harder. So it's telling you that it's time to make a serious commitment to the things and the places in life where we need to make the changes, Capricorn, for the month of December that can follow us through into living our best self all through 2021. I hope this resonates with you. I hope this makes sense. And the validation card of that comes out encouragement again. You're being encouraged to do the healing that needs to be done, to make the changes so that all relationships in your life, same card. It's like that protection. And it's just like you're no longer stuck. You're no longer confined. You know you know what you need to do. Do the work that needs to be done. Do it now so that you're not on repeat of these old habits, these old cycles, that you can break the cycle and you can truly start to move on. Have a wonderful December, and I hope this resonates with you. And I will be bringing out the forward the forecast for the 2021s as well in December, and that may all make sense to this as well for you. Much love. Have a wonderful December, and see you soon. Bye-bye.